Hey, welcome back. In the first clip, I explained about the master Pyraminx. The master Pyraminx, as I said, it's a 4x4. It is a bit complicated because it has, as you see, there are multiple layers: one, two, three, 4 layers. And within these 4 layers, again, the pieces are going to be different. So it is not like a normal 4x4 cube which you see. It is totally different, even though there are only 4 sides that we are seeing, and not even 6. It's actually only the 4 sides, but still, it is more complicated. But as you understand it and as you go through it, you should be able to follow it better, and then you'll be able to solve it if you have a one. So let's get into the terminologies. The terminologies again are related to the edge pieces, the center pieces, and the edges. Here it's not a specific edge because, as you see, all the pieces look to be the same in different way. The way you look at it is what it is. For example, what if this is an edge, this is also an edge, this is also an edge. So it all depends on how you see it. So I'm going to explain it in a more easier fashion instead of going into the absolute terminology mode. So these are the corners, or the cones, or the triangles, vertex. So if you see this, there are four, and of course there are 3 colors for each of them. So the intent of making it a 3 is, again, it's a triangle, it has 3 sides, but keep in mind that there will be always one unique position for this. For example, this can fit in only this position because this should align with the centers of the red, green, and the blue. So this is always going to be here, and that's intent we have it. Similarly for this, if you see this, it can sit only here, and this does not have a red. So if you see this cannot go into a place where there is a red. So this cannot be in one of these 3 corners because it has red. So same way, this does not have a green, so this cannot go into a green. So the intent is to make sure that we don't have confusion on it, and we are able to solve the issue. So this is your corner piece, and you have the edge pieces. The edge pieces are a bit tricky here because, as I said, if you move this becomes the corner of the Pyraminx. This becomes a corner, but this is also an edge. And this, there is one called as the center edge, and there is one called as the supplemental edges. So there are multiple edges that you would see here, and it is not unique. This is your center. So if you see each of those, for example, I'll just make this so that you get it clear. So if you see this, the one that I am showing as green here, so okay, I think I have to, I'm going to start this anyway. So keep in mind, this green piece is the center. Okay, this is your corner, and this is your center, and the rest of the ones are all in a way edges. But keep in mind, there are edges that has only 2 pieces. For example, if you see this edge that I'm showing now, this cannot move in itself. For example, I can move this the edge that I'm showing now, which is red, green, and yellow. This easily cannot move on itself, but these pieces can move. For example, this piece that you are seeing as a corner here, this will go here, and it can rotate in both directions. It can be like this, and it can go like this. Whereas this piece always goes with the axis. This is connected to the axis. This and this and this and this, all the 4, they are connected to the central axis. So these are fixed to the center. So these will move in only one direction, and if you want to move it, you have to move the entire layer. So that's how these are. Okay, so this I explained you about the corners. These are the corners, and then comes the center, which is the last one that we will be solving. We will not be bothered about the center. The more important factor would be the actual edges, which is the primary edge, I would say. I call this primary edge. I mean, anybody can use their own terminologies. I call this primary edge. These are the primary edges which are surrounding the centers. So 1, 2, 3, these 3. Same way here, the yellow, the green, and the blue, these are the primary edges. So these are the actual edges that covers the sides. So these are the ones that determines the shape of the center and how it is going to be aligned. So these 3 are important. Then comes the supplemental edges. If this is the primary edge, these are the supplemental edges. These are these 3. For example, the blue here, I'll try to fix it so you get it. See, the blue one that we are seeing here, is a supplemental edge. Same way here, if you see this is also a supplemental edge. If I have the blue here, so keep in mind these supplemental edges are also important for your solving, but these comes a bit later. Okay, so I'll in the next clip I'm going to explain you on what is the sequence in which to do, but the terminologies are simple. The corners, this is the corner, and the center are the center ones, which is in the center of the core of this. The edges, there are two types of edges. One is the primary edge, which is like the red here, the green, the red. These are the primary edges, and these supplemental edges are here. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So these are supplemental edges, and we will be fixing most of the times the corner and the one of the edges here, which is connected to the axis. They always go always hand in hand. For example, if this is blue, you will have a blue here. So these will form the diamond in itself. So just to differentiate and then make sure that you understand what I'm saying, if you say this here, the green is a diamond. So this is your center. Similarly, look at this. This yellow is a diamond, and these diamonds are the they go along with the axis, so it goes with the corner. So this will form one piece, even though it is one piece here and second piece here. This will form one piece together, the diamonds, and then you are left with the center, the diamonds, and the edges. So the edges are, again, these are the edges and the supplemental edges. So if you solve them in a sequence, you will be able to solve it. So I'm going to explain you in the next clip on how we are going to solve the sequence, but I'll also alongside scramble this, so you will have a scrambled piece which I can explain it better. So before we go into the next clip, have a small break. Thank you.